According to the World Health Organization, mental health is actually a state of well-being in which an individual realizes his or her own abilities, can cope with the normal stresses of life, can work productively and fruitfully, and is able to make contributions to their community. It is not just the absence of a mental health disorder. So there's this conversation that has been going on about, perhaps you hear people talking about mental health, and they equate mental health to mental illness. But that's not the case. So just like I've said, mental health is a state of well-being. It's your overall state of well-being. And it's not just the absence of a mental illness. Mental health affects how you think, how you feel, how you behave. It enables one to manage stress, interpersonal relationships, and make effective choices in life. It can affect anyone at any age, any social status. We've had presidents who suffered from depression. We have pastors who've died from suicide. So just like I've said, mental health is not a respecter of any persons. So now that we've talked about what mental health is, what are some of the signs and symptoms of poor mental health? Number one, too little or too much sleep. So if you find someone who is sleeping too much or lacks sleep, or there's little sleep, that is a sign of to look into. Number two, loss of appetite. Either you can lose your appetite, or the individual can be overeating. So you find someone indulging in a lot of food. That is also another sign to look into. Number three, withdrawal from activities that you once enjoyed. So you find that perhaps somebody liked to enjoy playing soccer or any other activities that they used to enjoy, but for some reason they withdraw from that activity that they once enjoyed. That is another sign that perhaps this individual has poor mental health. Another sign that someone is having poor mental health, extreme mood swings. So you find at some point someone is very happy and excited, then the next time they're very low in mood. That is another sign that an individual has poor mental health. Another sign that someone's mental health is a state is poor grooming. So you find that this individual used to perhaps, is well dressed, well kept, but for some reason he's slackened on his grooming. He doesn't comb his hair, he doesn't bathe, he puts on, the clothes are dirty. That is another sign of poor mental health. Another sign that somebody's mental health is at stake. They constantly think of harming themselves or harming other people. So they'll want to kill themselves, or they'll even share that they want to end their life. That is another sign that somebody's mental health is at stake. Feeling of hopelessness. Somebody loses hope. Like there's nothing that motivates them in life. Nothing gives them any drive. That is another sign of your mental health being at stake. So what are some of the factors, risk factors for depression in them? Because depression is one of the leading causes amongst the youth, and it actually affects more men. So we want to look at some of the risk factors that put men at risk for mental illness. Number one, family history. Perhaps this mental illness runs within your family. Number two, illness and health issues. Chronic illnesses normally cause depression in individuals, and mostly diseases like diabetes and other chronic illnesses can actually make one fall into depression. Another thing is drugs and alcohol use. How the drugs change the chemical balance in your brain, and thereby it affects your decision and your thinking capacity. Another thing is separation and divorce. I am so sure, I'm sure amongst all of us here, kuna mtu ametokwa at some point, kuna mtu ametokwa, boy umekuwa na deal na ametoka, si ndio? By a show of hands, at some point, nani hapa ametoka? Nani ametoka? Let's just be honest. Nani hapa ametoka? You see? Yes. So that is, I think, one of the major issues that affect men, and they don't know how to handle rejection ama kutokwa. Yeah. Something else, pressures associated with the workplace. Perhaps your boss is too toxic. Perhaps you're earning a very poor salary. You know, you're not meeting your targets at work. Another thing, bereavement. Somebody who is bereaved, you know, the normal loss and grief process. So you've lost a loved one, you're not able to get support to handle the situation. That can actually lead into depression. So fine, we've talked about what mental health is, we've talked about the risk factors, but what can we do to enhance our mental illness? So number one, make lifestyle changes. I think the coach who was here before spoke about doing, initiating an exercise regime, getting adequate sleep, eating a balanced diet. Those are some of the things that actually, boost your mental health. Number two, reduce your stress. Right now, people are undergoing a lot of stress. Even the finance bill, as you all know, is stressing a lot of people. Yeah? So, in fact, even in other quarters, they say that depression is untreated stress. Depression is untreated stress. Another thing that can travel, perhaps you like listening to music, that can be part of your. Another thing that is very contentious, talking to a therapist or to a trusted friend. We all face challenges, and there's this thing that that has been socialized, that men are not supposed to express their emotions, men are not supposed to talk about their issues, and I think that's a false narrative, because even when you look back in the days of our grandfathers and our great-grandfathers, there used to be a council of elders. Those were men who had lived life for quite some time, and they had gained a lot of knowledge, and men would go and seek help from there. So when I look at the council of elders, that is like, an informal, and the lucky winners will win vouchers from Chicken Pizza Inn. One voucher will be worth 1,900. Our vouchers are only being sold at 80 shillings. 80 shillings only. You can even buy 5, you can even buy 10, and you still get to enjoy a voucher worth 1,900. The payment details are here at my desk. So if anyone is interested in purchasing a voucher, please come and see me. Just a voucher at 80 shillings. Or you buy 2, or you buy 3, or you buy 4, or you buy 5, and you get a voucher for pizza in worth 1,900 shillings. So tafadhali support this. The process does it take for the earth to orbit the sun? How many days does it take for the earth to orbit the sun? Umesema 360. So is it 360? Is it 365? 365. Correct. Does it take for the earth to orbit the sun? How many days does it take for the earth to orbit the sun? Second trivia question. What goes up but never comes down. You're sitting down. Let's go and sit down. Sit down. What goes up but never comes down? This side is very quiet. Somebody to represent this side. What goes up but never comes down? Sorry? Age. Correct. Come for your vote. A round of applause. A round of applause for the photographer. Yes. Fine. Google in a A round of applause to the gentleman. He has finally won. Congratulations. So to my last trivia question. I think I'll need the last voucher from you because you gave me 3 vouchers. So the last trivia question. This voucher is worth 1,500 shillings. Nataka kuona wale wanafuatanga ball sana. So the easiest question. Who won the 2018 FIFA World Cup? 5 seconds. Who won? 2, 3.
France.
You have a different answer? Congratulations, yes, you're correct, it's France. Hey, and this table, I think you guys are very intelligent.